Audio again, showing off another Jeep Wrangler that we have done. This is a 2013 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. We've been getting a lot of these in lately, and so I wanted to show off what we do with one of our amplifier solutions on these vehicles in order to be able to, as you can tell, he's got the top off, roof off, it's doors off, it stays like this most of the time. So we wanted to make sure that everything was going to be safe and secure. You weren't going to be getting water, it wasn't going to be a theft issue. So what we did on here is a full ARC audio setup using XDi Components in the front and coaxes in the back. Everything looks factory. The only thing that looks any different is using the Kenwood radio. Now what we did on these, which I prefer to do on Jeep Wranglers, is the factory speaker pods on the dash. We like to reinforce them using deadener, and in order to keep them from buzzing, we put a little fill on the inside. And then we also use these little speaker rings. It's just a foam gasket, so when the dash is put up against the grill, up against the enclosure and the speaker, the sound is forced to go nowhere but forward. So it gets you a little more efficiency out of the setup, so that way the sound isn't dispersing through the dash. And then what we really did down here, that's trick, that we've done this a few times before, we will use steel and weld up an amplifier rack. So we have an ARC Audio 5-channel down here, is delivering roughly 90 watts per speaker, and then 300 watts on the subwoofer. But this way, it's completely out of sight, out of mind. You're not worried about it sitting on the floor, and you get caught in a rainstorm. All the wiring and everything is secured and made to match what the factory wiring and stuff is. So real simple, it's unobtrusive. You're not worried about people seeing it and being tempted to steal it. And even if they did, that sucker is bolted in. We use threaded inserts on the frame of the dash and the firewall, so that way it's serviceable. It's a threaded insert. We're not worried about punching 20 screw holes in the car every time it gets worked on. And then in the back, we just used an ARC Audio 8 in the factory enclosure, and we treated it the same way. Put deadener all along the inside and a little fill. And we're going to be getting an 8-inch grill for it just to make sure that it does stay safe. But I have a feeling that we're going to be doing an upgrade on the base pretty soon.